Ciao, I'm Enzo.
I'm Celia.
This is a Piazza Talk, our channel about our life in Lucca.
And in the Tuscan hills.
Please hit the subscribe button. Grazie. Celia, andiamo a vedere il vecchio mulino abbandonato.
I think it's a great idea. Let's go to the old mill.
Let's go. The water mill is near the Benabbio stream, which is our local stream that flows into the Lima River.
I think it's more like a small torrent because you can hear it in the background, racing.
Yes, it also depends on the rain, but I would say that in the summer we've been here, there's always water.
Yeah, always water coming down from the mountains. This area is in fact full of shepherd's paths that are great for walking, and it's pretty easy walking as well. I like to use my stick just because I like my stick, but you absolutely don't need it.
Where did you get your stick from?
It was made for me by a porter friend in the Himalayas many years ago.
Many years ago.
many years
In another life.
In another life. And this is the house that was converted from a chapel. So there was obviously quite a lot of life around here. You can also see that this was a proper road once, or track, because there are all the original stones.
Do you think it's a Roman road?
Bit twisty. Medieval shepherd's path, I think.
Yeah, possible.
Having said it's an easy path, it is if you keep to the path, but I want to go and find out if I can get to the old mill. So I'm dragging Enzo through the brambles and he doesn't look that happy about it. You can see the old, where the wheel was.
Ah.
Let me see if I can put a light on it.
It's beautiful. Look what it is. They're like big spoons. They are, how do you call it in English? They were in the water, made of wood, and the blades, I mean, something like this, were activated by the stream.
Well, you think this is part of the water, but
Yes,
where
I think. Yes, I think the water.
What, flowed through the whole lot?
Maybe it was something like this, because there's no other reason why we got these big wooden spoons there. You see, fantastic.
I wonder if we can find somebody who remembers.
Some old people in the village. Look at that. That is something almost like a tap where the water was flowing. This is the
water part.
Yes, the access to the. And then
that
upstairs you might have got the grinding stones there.
Well, let's go and have a look, shall we?
Yes.
For this, it's a beautiful archway as well.
Yeah.
Look how vaulted it is. There's a cooker in there.
That's magnificent.
Ah, and there's the old grinding stone.
Yes.
Oh, what a pity the roof's fallen. Look, it's incredible. I don't know, what do you call it where you pour the... Oh, a grain hopper, of course.
I mean, when I went to the mill in the mountain, the other one, which is much more modern, but still very beautiful, they have the names for every single bit of the mill. that are only known by them.
And there's another one, the other end.
Yes.
And then the third one in the middle looks like it's... so in fact, each of the wheels below had their own grinding stone.
Yes.
And what do you think this...
I think it's to stop the water flowing down. So when you actually stop the water, you stop the stone.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's a kind of a switch.
Amazing engineering.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Oh look, it's a fireplace, so the miller didn't get cold.
Absolutely. It can be quite cold in December with the meal. It's beautiful.
And the sweep in the fireplace is still hanging up. And we have one exactly the same. The coat rack.
Wonderful.
And I guess for attaching your donkey.
Yes, because that's the only way to carry your flour at the time with on the back of a donkey. What's that?
What do you think? A zip wire for flour?
Yes. There's a little shrine here.
So it's such an amazing spring day, finally warm. Look, I don't have 10 layers on, so why don't we eat outside? Look, I can even, expose my arms. So why don't we have something in the garden quick before we continue work?
It's a lovely idea. Why don't we cook the escarole, the scarola that we have in stock? These are the ingredients for the Scarola Affogata.
What does affogata mean?
Affogata means drowned. I don't know why they call it drowned, because it drowned in its own juice. I don't know. But some people, they call it also Scarola aglio e olio.
Oh, well, that's a little duller as a title.
Vabbè.
Let's go for the first option.
Okay, well, modesty is important. Okay, so we need a scarola. That is an escarole, in English it's called
Endive?
endive, yes. Anchovy fillets. Olives that we have preserved ourselves. These are olives from our land. Capers. I rinse these capers. They are salted capers, and I rinse them before I cook them. Raisins, garlic, chili, if you like it, and walnuts. Walnuts not really traditional. Sometimes people use pine kernels. Some people don't like them. Some people do. I use walnuts because we have a walnut tree, so we have some walnuts that we want to use. And olive oil, of course. This is extra virgin olive oil is is the base for most of Italian cuisine. The first thing to do is to rinse the scarola. I spun the scarole because when we cooked it, it released some water. So I want to make sure that we don't import water from the
Washing process.
for the washing process. Now, next stage, we are going to make a soffrittino, as usual. The soffrittino will be with garlic, anchovies, olives, capers, and a bit of chili. I'm going to add now a couple of chili. I don't actually break them because it might get too hot. So add it this way, just give me a bit of a hot flavor, no more than that. And the walnuts.
This can either be a contorno or how would you eat it?
Well, there's so many solutions. We can eat it as a starter if you like it, a contorno, side dish, or in our case we got to have a light lunch. But would you call it light? Yes, it's light.
It is light. We just have a piece of homemade bread with it?
Yes, it's homemade bread and Scarola Affogata. Now I'm going to put the anchovies there. And in the very low flame, I have to dissolve them. I don't have to burn them or cook them, so be very, very careful. I have to dissolve them in the olive oil.
Now, people are often very scared of using anchovies.
I don't understand why.
Because actually they don't taste really fishy like this, do they? They add a sort of, how do you say, saltiness and...
They add what is now called umami. Umami is it's a kind of salty feeling, but different. And you have it in Parmigiano Reggiano, in anchovies, in Marmite if you're English. The anchovies now dissolved, so I'm going to put straight away the Scarola into the...
And it looks like a lot for the soffitto.
It's got to be reduced a lot, with a lot of water. I'm also adding the raisins. And I'm going to cover it.
They're actually sultanas, aren't they? We don't really get raisins in Italy. I've never seen
No,
them.
very seldom. If you look for them, you can find them, but very seldom we get raisins. But when I was a child, I used to go to some farm. They were drying grapes on the plants. That was raisins, but with seeds. And some seeds, for some reason, you would get very sweet. So there was like having a little bit of sugar within the raisins. Very wonderful. I've not had a glass for many decades. So we're going to put it on top and just cook for 10 minutes like this, low flame. Oh, I forgot to mention, this is used as a filling for deep fried pizza in Naples and also a pie. We've been cooking the Scarola now for 15 minutes. You can see that a lot of water has disappeared and the Escarole is reduced immensely. Another 3-4 minutes I hope and we'll be ready. The last thing to do is to season if you need to do so. In reality, because we got some salty things like anchovies are obviously salty as well, capers, one wants to add a tiny bit of salt if necessary, otherwise nothing. Looks ready.
Perfect. Because now we come out and the sun's gone in. Typical.
Well, what do you expect?
Buon appetito.
Buon appetito. How is it?
I love it. I love the saltiness, the capers, the olives. Really Mediterranean flavour.
The recipe is in the description box below. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe and hit the notification bell.